This is Sirach 25 and verse 7. There be 9 things in which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashum, Yahushua Ba'ashum, Rakah Chodesh, the bonds of the apostles, the bonds of the elders, at Great Millstone, who were well and taught me this truth. Much respect to you brothers out there to preach his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, the tabernacle of David that's being risen up right before your very eyes, the hopeful elect, and the speckled bird to you. I say shalom. Let's get into this lesson. Right, today's lesson is given by inspiration of, judgment that's happening unto our people, right? Mainly, I may entitle this, the Lord is trying to show you something, Jake. The Lord is trying to show you something, Jake, right? This one right here, right? 2 teenagers arrested after body of 18-year-old man is found in Texas lake. So another Jake apparently was drowned and or killed, right? And it doesn't show it right here, but the mugshots, if I'm not mistaken, were of Edomites, right? Were of Edomites. The Lord is trying to show you something, Jake. You don't want to listen to the men of the Lord. You don't want to take heed to the scriptures, right? The Lord is trying to tell you something. And so time and time again, our people have to find out the hard way to never trust thy enemy, right? Never trust thy enemy. They're not what the scriptures say, right? You know, you gotta prepare a child, man. You know, our people ain't doing that. You know, our people they may tell them about the so-called white man and these other nations. But a lot of times, here in Babylon the Great, what I'm seeing with this Nolan Wells situation, it sounds like, just me speaking as a man, but it sounds like they they didn't properly prepare their child, especially being in Mississippi, really being anywhere, especially here in Babylon the Great, but, especially being over there in Mississippi, from what I heard, from the atrocities and, things that have taken place, really anywhere in Babylon the Great, but in Mississippi, most definitely, man. So I got this picture of Trey Rags. Yeah, our people is going to constantly, why does these things keep happening? Scriptures speak about Judah being wild up in these last days. He's not going to be like that old lion anymore. He's going to be like a young lion, going to be riled up, right? But the elect, right? The elect is going to stay spiritual. We know these things must come to pass. We know Jacob's trouble must come to pass, but we remain spiritual, remain patient, and we wait upon the Lord. We don't take up arms. That's not what we do. That's wicked, right? We wait upon the Lord, right? The scriptures say when the enemy comes in like a flood, right? They come in after you. Hey, Yahweh desire you get that spiritual power, right? So yeah, I got this article right here. We're in the hands of these base men. These base men is over us, ruling over us. That matter of fact, I'm gonna get it over here, right? Let's just pop up right here. Kentucky family plagued with blue skin. Why? After generations of inbreeding, right? These base men are over us, man. Generations of inbreeding, because their skin, their blood show forth through their skin, right? Generations of inbreeding, man, right? Crazy. And these people are over us, man. People that like to lay down with their own sister, their own mother, father, whatever it is. I've seen stories of their own father getting with the son. It's just madness, man. We gotta get the heck up out of here, man. We gotta get the heck up out of here. And as I read in Sirach 25 and verse 7, man, the elect is looking forward to the fall of the enemies, right? The elect have a rulership mentality. All the other nations ruled over us. Why can't we? You see, y'all have drunk in the wine of Babylon and think that it's cool to hold hands, man. Nah, this is what happens. You see this face right here? This is how y'all going to be. This is how y'all going to be. This is how a lot of our people is now, right? The difference between us and them is we're crying upon the Lord. You crying unto Esau, Edom. You protesting. And we crying unto the Lord. Because we like, hey, Lord, this ain't it. We trying to get the heck up out of here, man. This ain't it. Food polluted. You got a disease of diarrhea, explosive diarrhea going around, food shortages, they're polluting the gas to mess up your car, just we're in trouble all the way around, man. Here's another one, right? How many cases have this happened? So many time and time and time and time and time and time again. Eve has to find out the hard way. The abominable snowman ain't for you. You got the greatest man on earth. Greatest man on earth. But you give him hell. You give him hell, which is due to the curses. But at the same time, yeah, you give your man hell. The greatest man on earth. The man of gold, right? The Israelite man. But you rather run to the abominable snowman. And this is what happened. This is one of many. One of many. Right? This has happened time and time again. What about those that, hasn't made it to the news? Best believe a whole bunch of Edomites got away, especially back in the day. Most definitely. But as the read, Drury finds man guilty of killing and dismembering. You see, you want that Birkin bag so bad. You want that Gucci, that Chanel bag so bad. Hey, that man gonna put you in one. 90-year-old woman on the first date. You see that? Man, you see that? Another case of the Noah L's situations, which y'all right this I will get it. Sirach 12 and 10, as the brother had put up, right? Never trust thy enemy. Whatever transpired, hey, he should have never went on to that island or wherever they was at, man. Whether this person's house, the beach party, the island, whatever, man. He was not properly prepared. Me just speaking as a man and how his parents speaking, how, one of his friends is speaking, they were not properly prepared, to never trust our enemy, right? They thought times have different, times have changed. Nah. Wasn't it just a couple years ago, right? You had that big old fight in Alabama. Things have gotten worse. Esau Edom is done. He's through. He's showing his horns, man. Let's get some scriptures, man. Right, Revelation 21 and verse 4. And power shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death. You see that? Why y'all calling us crazy? Bums. Go get a job. What you doing with your life? Why you gotta go out every Saturday or Friday, Thursday, Sunday? Brothers have different, camp schedules. Majority of brothers have camp on Saturday. Why you do that every Saturday? Why you go out every week? Let's say it like that. Why you always doing your lessons? because we want peace, man. We want true rulership. We don't want no more sorrow, no more pain. We reading it right now. The Lord trying to show you something, Jake, right? You out here crying and whining, right? Getting shot dead in the streets, drowned, whatever means, man. Let's read it again. And power shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for all former things are passed away. You see? So why you calling us crazy, stupid bums, go get a job, so on and so forth, scoffing? You don't realize that we're ushering in the kingdom, man. So you know, because the majority of 2/3, right? You know, the 2/3 are going to come back in the kingdom, and they're going to get rest and peace and happiness. But they'll for the elect first and foremost. But they're going to see. They're going to see that what we were doing, you know, it was really for the benefit of the whole nation, man. You know, we were playing our part. The 2/3 is playing their part, right? But yeah, they're set up to find out the hard way that what we doing, you know, is so all the former things, all the pain, the sorrows can be passed away, man. 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 8, we are troubled on every side. You see, we are in trouble on every side. You know, the scriptures speak of, what's that in the Baruch 3, if I'm not mistaken, subject to payments, you know, we're killed all the day long. You know, we're distressed, troubled on all sides, right? Our people's getting destroyed. Our own people's coming against us. You know, this ain't good, Jake. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed, you see? Yeah, we may be troubled on every side, but we remain faithful to Yahweh Shemel Shah. We remain stoic and faithful. We are perplexed, but not in despair, right? Because Yahweh Shemel Shah is our comforter, man. We understand why these things are happening. While Jake in the world is going to be like this, right? John 16 verse 33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace, right? Our big brother Yahushua speaking, right? In the world, ye shall have tribulation, is promised, right? Gonna have tribulation, some shape, form, or another, right? Ultimately, right now, whatever tribulation you're going through, you know, is building you up for Jacob's trouble. Should be fasting, praying, doing the work of the Lord, you know. And in the time of tribulation, right, you got to endure that. And Yahweh Desire, you get that protection and spiritual power, right? But it reads, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. So if our big brother overcome the world, right, we are going to be able to also, because we believe in Yahweh Bashum Yahushua, right? You trust and believe in Yahweh Bashum Yahushua, right? What the scriptures say, have a faith of a mustard seed. How about have more than that? And you're going to be able to do things, man. All right, break mountains, man. Psalms 34 and verse 19. Many are the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord deliver him out of all of them. You see, Esau Edom knoweth that he has but a short time. He's going to be coming after you, Jake. He's going to be coming after the men of the Lord, those that know that there is lights, and you 2/3. He's going to be coming. But the elect is going to be given that protection, right? Romans 5 and verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulation also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience. You see, the tribulation, the trial tribulation is to build you up. Hey, read any good story, right, about the underdog or whatever character is going through that tribulation. They come out victorious, man. They come out victorious, man. You know, the enemy, the enemy is above them at all means, But against all odds, right? That character went through and defeated that great enemy. That's us, right? We're nothing but worms compared to the Lord. You know, practically to Esau, Edom, to this base, man, we're practically worms as well. This man got drones, super soldiers, tanks, jets, right? The whole 9 yards, heart attack weapons, right? If it wasn't for the hand of the Lord protecting us, some of us would have been done kicked out to the spiritual realm, man. Right? But this is the movie of the Lord and Yahweh desire, whatever tribulation we go through, you know, easier said than done. But trust in Yahweh Bashim Shah. He got your back, right? 1 Peter 5 and verse 10. But the power of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by Yahushua Mashiach, Mashiach Yahushua, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish your strength, settle you see, right? Whatever you're going through is to make you perfect, to strengthen you, right? You see, right? But Jake in the world don't understand that. You know, Jake in the world be like, man, there ain't no God. Look at all the trials and tribulations in which our people went through. You know, I don't trust and believe in God, you know, which his name is Yahweh. The son's name is Yahushua, right? They disregard this truth. You know, they want to serve these other gods of wood and stone. This is why your people keep dying. So since you don't want to take heed to this truth, right? You don't want to understand why you are in captivity, right? It's all good. It's all good. Let the mother gods of wood and stone save you. Let Esau Edom save you, man. James 1 and verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall in diverse temptation. What's the ultimate temptation? The MOTB, right? They bring that over you. And Yahweh desire, man, you pass that test, man. But right now, the temptations that you go through, you know, trials and tribulations, that's to build you up. Build you up for the ultimate test, right? Let me get this, and I'll pretty much close it out right here. Romans 8 and verse 18. Beautiful chapter, man. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. You see, all this trial and tribulation, suffering, seeing our people being sent to the spiritual realm. We understand this judgment. We also understand, hey, that's for us to fear the Lord. But man, ain't you tired of seeing that? You know? We want joy. We want peace, man. So that's coming. You know, your wildest dreams are going to come true in the kingdom of heaven. You're going to have peace. You're going to have status. You know, you're going to have all the money, all the rulership, you know, all the chariots, and all the women that you want, you know. That's coming. That's coming, but you got to remain faithful so you can see that, man, right? But yeah, Jake, keep on being hard-headed, right? Keep on being hard-headed. And this is going to continue to happen to our people time and time and time again, right? Which we almost out of here. So Jake is about to find out the hard way. And Esau Edom's really going to show his guns, man. All right, so Yahweh desires an edifying lesson. Shalom.